You have to give me any word you want and I will turn it into a booksona. I've received 38 words from you. Well, technically one of them doesn't count cause it was a test, but it's still a lot of them. Previously you gave me ideas in the comments, but I wanted to change it up a bit and combine multiple things into one. I got this idea from a while ago where I had these 3 words from my friends, mustard, ketchup and cake. These 3 things sound like they should never go together, yet somehow I managed to make an OC out of just those. Sure, it looks a bit strange, like the shape and size of the legs and arms make it look like it's impossible for this OC to properly navigate the world without tripping and falling, but it does the job. Since I've dabbled in turning fruits into booksonas over on Toy House, this one is my favorite. There's a really red orange called Blood Orange and it made a super cool design. Now I'm challenging myself one step further. And let me tell you, I got quite some unusual words. For some reason shotgun got submitted 3 times. Based on the times these were sent, I get the impression that one single person submitted about 20 times and probably saved this video cause I now have quite the options to choose from. For the first design I've chosen Rotary Phone and Windows XP Bliss because they both fit a more retro style. I thought catoptrophobia would be something cat related cause it starts with that, like the fear of cats or something like that, but nope, it's the fear of mirrors. So the booksona will have the phone thing on top plus the rotating numbers in the middle, and I'll make the cover out of lots of mirrors and the iconic field will appear maybe as a reflection, or I will turn it into a tail. I'm not very decided, but let's open the drawing app and see what happens. Of course we start with putting the reference images so that I know what I'm drawing. I struggled a bit to draw the phone part at the top because I wasn't used to this kind of shape. I never got to use one of these where it rotates, but I got to use ones that had normal button pads. For the limb style I've decided to keep it really simple and only have a line. Obviously I still had to add a bit of fluff at the legs. I decided that I want this thing to have a tail, so I made it out of grass and clouds. This wallpaper is probably one of the most well-known images in the world and it looks straight out of a dream, so it's wild that this beautiful place actually exists in real life. And I thought I was done, but then I suddenly remembered that I made it gray cause it was going to be made out of mirrors. For anyone that has this kind of phobia, this booksona will look horrifying to them. I'm wondering what could possibly cause someone to be scared of mirrors. Is it the reflection itself or the possibility that it might break into a million shards? Well, if it was that option then it would have been grouped together with windows and cans and glass bottles and vases and anything that can shatter. Now it's actually done. As a bonus, we can make the background really dark to represent the void. If you like this design, I'm going to put it on my Redbubble along with the other designs I make the rest of this video. I appreciate any support. Next, what even is LOL Cat Bible? I've never heard of this. This is so ridiculous. So basically it's the Bible, but everyone is turned into cats and everything is translated into bad grammar and funny memes. Well, I do know that this exists as a language in Minecraft, but I never bothered to look up more information about this. There's even a translator. This will be as the cover, and since the cat doesn't seem very smart from the way it writes, it would be fitting to be writing 2 times 2 equals 5. We conveniently have a red pencil to use. And I might as well throw some rings on top. Time to draw. This time I'm making cat limbs. I realized that most of the cover was going to be covered by the face, so I kept it really simple. Just the clouds and one cat. It is holding the pencil the wrong way. It's almost writing it backwards because it doesn't know how to properly hold it. And yes, the text just floats in air. I didn't draw any papers or whiteboards for the text. When it came to incorporating the rings from the insane-looking planet that put Saturn to shame in terms of sheer size of the rings, I didn't really know how to go about it. I already really liked how it turned out and I didn't want to ruin it or cover it, so at first I made the rings be like a floor or a floating surfing board, but that didn't work very well, so I put 3 rings on the character and I somehow managed to make it work. The end result looks pretty cute. Let's see what other ideas we've got. When I saw $sign and lemon, I instantly thought of a lemonade stand. One eye will be the $sign and the body will be the lemon. But since I've already done a lemon booksona, I will mix it with lava lamp to make a different design. It is basically selling you its own blood. Anatodophobia? Oh my god, that sounds so funny, just a random duck staring at you from far away. That's the most unusual and specific phobia I've ever heard of. I mean, to be fair, they can be scary sometimes. Here I wasn't quite decided on how the legs were gonna look like, and when I don't have a clear idea in my mind I do multiple attempts and none of them look good, but I settled on one. I also used the word balloon to make some ears out of it. They are filled with helium in order to float. This looks like the kind of character to go out partying a lot and to only hang out at clubs and discos and concerts. Definitely a very outgoing person. I didn't even think until now, but these are books. What information do these booksonas that I've created contain? This one would contain information about how to start a business by selling lemonade and also tutorials on what to do when life gives you lemons. In addition, probably some information about how to party too. I forgot when drawing, so I quickly added a little duck too. Unlike the other ones, this one didn't really turn out the way I expected and wanted to. There are a lot more words, so now I decided to choose the ones that I'm least familiar with and most scared of. Oh gato, nah, whatever is that looks extremely cursed and I hate it. Oh, it's referring to a different one, a piece of art made by a Brazilian artist that seems to be a cute cat combined with abstract art. I can't find any information about it and when it was made, so I asked ChatGPT and not even the AI knows. I'll make cat ears and tail and make it have the same pattern. Spam ton. I have seen this character many times before, but I had no idea what it was called and where it came from. It seems to be from the game Deltarune. I will take from it the two colored glasses cause it looks pretty iconic. This character comes from the same place that has this bear looking thing. Again, I've seen this bear before but didn't know what it was. Apparently it's a Japanese visual novel that also includes some console games. I will take the cap from the character. Sonic and Knuckles 3 is some old game from 1994, that's like 30 years ago. I don't know what made you choose specifically this game, but I'll take the checkerboard pattern from it. And we also have a dog breed, I'll use the fur pattern. So many very different things being put together, let's see what happens. Despite being a simple shape, it's a bit hard for me to draw the book perfectly straight every time. Now I have a lot of references on the screen because I'm combining so many things. I'm surprised I didn't end up forgetting anything like I did before. The bottom has 2 rows of the checkerboard pattern that makes it like it's wearing something fancier, so I even threw a bow tie on top. I was going to have Sonic's blue color somewhere, but I didn't know where and I already had a lot going on, so I scratched that. The fur pattern that I used from the dog breed, as you're going to see, it ends up making the booksona look more like a cow. Or it looks like vitiligo, which is a skin disease that causes discoloration in some patches. If a character has cat ears and wears a cap, which way would you prefer? To have the ears go through the cap or to go under the cap? Here I put them under. What information would this book contain? Probably tons of random trivia about all kinds of games, and a bit about famous artworks. Add to that a list of dog breeds. Yeah, the only way all of that would be in the same book is if it's more of a newspaper or a dictionary. There's a big variety of colors I've used and yet somehow they all go together so well. It doesn't feel cluttered, it has the perfect amount of details to make it interesting to look at. I did indeed make it a bit too small and leave too much empty space in the canvas. I actually noticed this early on, but if I resized the line art, it would have caused issues for when it was time to fill it with color, and I didn't want to redo the line art, but it's fine, I can resize it once it's fully done. I'm super happy with the result. This is my favorite booksona that I have made in this video, and quite a lot different than what I've made before.